how do you prefer someone tell you the truth? Would you like them to be really gentle and soft-spoken, or do you just really prefer them to just tell it like it is, just be upfront, be honest, succinct? Which do you prefer? I hope it's succinct. I hope it's honest because that's what I'm bringing to you today. And I want to address something that I think we need to talk about. You might still be stuck in diet culture and the diet cycle and not even know it. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Intuitive Eating Mama podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer D'Amato. I am an intuitive eating counselor and I'm also a mom to 4. This podcast is not just for mamas, it's for all women who are ready to ditch diets, ditch the scale and food guilt forever, and instead invite peace with food, increase their body trust, and confidence in all of her choices. I believe this show is going to shed some light on sneaky ways diet culture has infiltrated your thoughts, your family, and your well-being. No matter the episode, I want you to walk away feeling informed, inspired, and encouraged. So whether you're taking a walk, washing the dishes, or carting kids around, let's dive into the latest episode on the Intuitive Eating Mama podcast. Let me just be really clear. I am, I think, very gentle, and I'm definitely not soft-spoken, but I'm really thoughtful with my words. I like to be able to be an encourager and someone who brings a place of hope and empowerment, but I like to be really, really honest. I do like to be direct. I'm not really like a beat around the bush kind of person. Now, I think you can take 2 routes with that, of course. I mean, you can be, really direct and mean, or you could be really direct and honest, but also blend that with the gentleness. The gentleness. We're starting off real good. Gentleness, kindness. I always think, Jen, you could edit all of this. And I'm like, no, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I want honesty. I want real world. I want this to be as authentic as possible. That's who I am. And I was thinking about this idea of where I used to be. I'm not dieting. Oh, this isn't a diet. I'm not dieting. It was bull. If you listened to a few episodes ago, bull, malarkey, poo, I really don't even know where that came from. It has been ringing in my ears, these words sometimes, but it was just crap. It was just nonsense. It was me lying to me, because the reality is, if I wasn't actively dieting, pursuing weight loss, I was thinking about it. I was focused on it. I was like, all right, what's the next thing I'm going to do? When am I going to start again? Like, how much weight should I be losing? I need to focus on this. I just shouldn't eat that. I shouldn't eat that. I shouldn't eat that. I wasn't pursuing a diet program per se, but I was dieting. I was dieting in my head, in my thoughts, nonstop. It really kept me stuck. It kept me so stuck. I couldn't get out of that headspace. And of course, if you can follow this with me, your thoughts directly affect your actions. You prove this every single day. You think, I need to pay my bills, so the action I take is I'm going to work today. You think, my kids are going to need to eat. All right, I'm going to make breakfast for them. I'm going to pack a lunch, whatever that looks like for you, right? Our thoughts directly affect our actions. And those actions, we notice the actions, right? Like we can see that usually. The thoughts are a little bit harder. We're not stepping backwards, right? If the action's happening, we can seem to assess that. But when it's all in our thoughts, it really is just swirling in our head. It might be a little bit harder. Now, I was in that space, and I would say a lot of women I talk to are in that space. Jen, I'm not on a diet program. I haven't dieted in years, but What's the end of that for you? But I think I need to lose weight right now. But I'm really trying to eat healthy. But I'm cutting out carbs. But I don't eat sugar. But this, like all of these things, I'm so stuck in that space. And I'll tell you, if you're stuck in that place mentally, it is really hard. I would even say almost impossible to really change the actions, to change the things you really want to change. You want to focus on your health. You want to give attention to your well-being in all areas, right? Like mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Like you want to focus on all of those. But your thoughts keep you stuck, focused on the next diet, weight loss, losing weight, the size of your body, everything you're eating. I I know the changes that happen because most of my clients, what happens after working with me and working through thoughts as much as we're working through actions, right? They come and say, "Oh my gosh, Jen, I can't believe how much less I'm thinking about food, less I'm focused on my body, less I'm, focused on all the things I might eat, not eat. Like I'm not even giving that much time to it. And I can't believe how much time I used to give to it. Like I didn't even realize just how much it was." One of the questions on the application that I ask when, we're going to work together is, how much time do you think you spend thinking about food? And the responses, I just want you to know you're not alone. The responses are always 50% of my day, 50% or more. I don't even know. I'm thinking about it all the time. Like I've never even noticed just how much it is. Our thoughts about dieting, our body, food, keep us stuck right in that diet cycle. Something I was sharing recently in my master class was about restriction. Restriction is dieting. And you can have restrictive thoughts. You can be eating the cupcake. I think this was the exact example I gave. Like you can be eating the cupcake and thinking I shouldn't be having this cupcake. You can do that at the same time and then think about the stress that causes in your mind and in your body, even the things you can't see happening. So are you stuck in the diet cycle? Are you stuck in diet mentality? You might not be dieting, right? You're not on a program actively, doing some type of, app or restriction, like again, formally, but you're thinking about it. It's always in the back of your mind. It's always just like hovering over you. Like that cloud, like I'm just getting this picture, like that gray cloud blocking out the sun. Like just move already, right? I want the full sunshine. Are you there? You are not alone, and you are actually catching this podcast probably at the best time. If this is your first episode, you might be like, "Oh, dang." If you've been here for a while, you're probably like, "Yeah, Jen." Like this is typical Jen, but this is what I need to hear. And why it's the best time is literally the day this comes out. I have opened the spring enrollment for group coaching. Now, I don't want to spend all this time talking about it. I don't want to sit here and, take up your precious time. I am just here to tell you, if you feel stuck, if it's stuck in your thoughts, if it's affecting your actions, if the thoughts about food in your body just constantly are the gray cloud blocking the sun, this is the perfect time. This right now is the time to actually do the work for you. Healing your relationship with food is about giving you back the brain space. It's about taking away all of the thoughts that seriously cloud, take over, swirl in your head. You just don't want them to be there anymore. They don't have to be. I'm not saying this is a magic quick fix. Anyone who works with me, anyone who knows me knows I would never say that. But what I will tell you is it really is friggin' amazing how quickly you can shift that when we work together, the thoughts part. And let me tell you, when you shift the thoughts, the actions come with it. So like I said, if you're listening to this in real time, it is the end of March of 2023 and spring is here. I always picture like pretty flowers. And I think that's such a beautiful vision to have, right? We're going to move the dark cloud out, bring the sun and the flowers, and heal your relationship with food. We're going to remove food guilt, and we're going to give you back your brain space. That's what's going to happen in the spring group coaching. Enrollment will close April 6th. So here's what you need to do right now. Don't miss this step. Head into the show notes or head to theintuitiveatingmama.com/group coaching. If you head into the show notes, you are going to book that call. Let's chat. There's plenty of time slots available. If you can't find one, send me a note, send me a line, message me on Instagram. Let me know, like, Jen, I can't find a spot to meet with you, but I really want to. All you'll have to do is you book a day and time that works for you in your schedule. If you want to meet on the phone, great. If you want to meet on video, we can do that as well. Whatever feels like best for you and where you are. And then once you find that day and time that works for you and you send that over to me, there's going to be a quick application. And I say quick, about 3 to 5 minutes at the most. And it is going to have that question on there. How much time do you really think about food? Like, how much brain space is that taking up? That question will be on there. Send that over. It helps me get to know you a little bit better. I do want to help you make sure this is the best decision for you. I know what changed for me in my thoughts and in my actions because I did that work on my thoughts. And I watch it happen with every single woman. And I love that so much. And I'm telling you, every single time it happens, it'll never get old. Like, I didn't realize how much time I was giving to this one small area of my life. And how much now I can think about the hobby I wanted to take over, doing stuff with my kids, focusing on the project at work that I've been kind of putting off, or just nothing. Like, I don't have to sit here and stress and obsess about food, before I eat it, after I eat it, when I'm laying there at the end of the day with my head on the pillow. Amazing. So if you are stuck in the diet cycle, if you feel like, you know what, I'm still there. Either I'm there physically, like the things I'm doing or not doing, or I'm really there completely mentally, this is like the best opportunity because we're going to do this side by side. I cannot wait. There are so many amazing things that come with group coaching, and that does include like personalized time with me, helping you in real time. Hey, what's going on this week? Are you struggling with something? You actually get support and coaching every single week. It's so amazing. All right, I'm getting so hyped up right now just sharing this with you because I know everything that comes on the other side. You don't have to stay stuck in diet mentality. We don't have to stay stuck in the diet cycle any longer. And there's a whole other world, a whole other amazing world out there without it. All right, I'll be right back here next week for another episode of the Intuitive Eating Mama podcast.